my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. 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 I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. 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 Yeah. I am light. I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. All light. All light. Yeah. All light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. Yeah. I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our Super Soul Star Sunday. And you can tell that I'm from the generation of Soul Train. You know, that long enunciation. And I am your host, affectionately known as the Rev Coach, LaTanya Taylor, also called the Juicy Spirit Mama, the Priestess of Passion. And so in this space, you got a lot of reverence and a whole lot of, and a little bit of coaching, a whole lot of reverence, a little bit of coaching. And you all are my co-hosts. And so as you listen in this morning, we want you to open your spirit to know that you are at home. So, kick off your house shoes and open your body, open your heart, open your spirit, open your mind. And today we are going to have our special guest come forward. Really not a guest. I actually want to say special sharing, not guest. In fact, I changed it on the invite this morning because she is absolutely not a guest. This is my sister. We have not been as active this year, but in fact, this is the first year probably in about 3 years that we haven't been as active together. But I absolutely, when you know that you have grown and expanded is when you reproduce yourself, because our sister Dana definitely has been I feel like my surrogate, working with Subira, Reverend Subira, in the spaces to grow our relationship with our way of investing in real money. And that is not all that she does. She is now an author, is an ordained minister from Inner Visions Institute for Spiritual Development, is It's full of so much ancestral wisdom as well as the African traditional religion space. I can go on and on, but I personally call her the social media sensei. I personally call her the queen of social money. These are my titles, but she's gone through many, and others are now starting to call her Reverend Sensei. And I think that that's perfect because the same discipline that she brings into martial arts, she brings into all that she does. And I actually didn't mean to jump right into her bio because I'm going to bring her up in 3 minutes. What I want to say to you all is I've been getting so many emails, messages, let's just say messages from different mediums about all of the intensity that people are feeling, particularly those of you who are leaders or are highly responsible in your life for other people. I'm hearing that all hell is breaking loose, that stuff is coming up, that people are feeling pressure in their head and their heart around matters of the heart. Well, it has a lot to do with today's full moon. I'm telling you, I cannot make this stuff up. The days that I have things pre-scheduled for the year, sometimes for the month, and even spontaneously, because I'm in a spiritual business, marketplace ministry, it's the perfect timing to have our Super Soul Sister Sunday on the full moon today. I don't want anyone on this call to take the day lightly. In fact, get into dialogue about what's going on in your spirit, in your family, around your home, because that is where Capricorn full moon is touching. The influence is heavily in Mars. Mars is straight no chaser. It's about going straight in. And that's why people are feeling like they can't get away from this bubble, this feeling on the inside. I didn't see this full moon coming with such a punch. But Mars is the warrior energy. And Cancer, where the sun is now in Cancer. So the sun in Cancer always governs home, matters of the heart, affairs of the heart, security, insecurity, confidence, self-esteem, self-image. It has everything to do with ancestral issues. Some of us are carrying things that have nothing to do with us, but yet we still feel it because of our DNA connection. And so when I, as one who specializes in healing our heart around love, sex, and money, you already know that those are the three taboo subjects. And so today is a great segue to go into our yes, because your yes gets tested when you cannot understand what's going on in this atmosphere. Physically, I've been tested this week. I've even had business scenarios to really cross lines and test my boundaries even before this moon got here. But that has a lot to do with 4 planets now in retrograde and more that's happening in Mars. If you haven't had your birth chart read by me, I can pop my collar and click my little heels and say, I really do think that it's unlike any reading or chart you just get with just a little report and that type of thing, because I really, really help to see the masculine and the feminine. What's happening is so many people are aware that a lot is going on, but they're not aware of how they are in relationship to it. And so sometimes it feels like the cosmos or your yes blindsides you. It seems like your yes throws you a curveball sometimes. It seems like your yes has a cost, but your yes is a cost because it's your investment in your purpose. Your yes is an investment in your pleasure. Your yes is an investment in your passion. And there are many ways for you to invest, but many of us have only been taught a traditional response to life. And so when things start to get non-traditional in this world, we're seeing so much being exposed, so much information coming at us, that many of us aren't doing anything with it. And so the overwhelm is greater than the activity of our yes. I think that's a great segue to get into the activity of our yes. Last week we talked about effective immediately. And we later named it the all in yes, based on Dawn sharing last week. We've got it because that all in is that thing that will throw us off. Because all in means that there's no back doors. And so we are going to continue to this month to nurture our yes around our worth and around our ability to have the all in yes this month. And so you heard me already introduce my sister. I don't want to take any more time. If you have any questions or observations that you'd like to share, please prepare to share some of your questions in Good Girls Gone Goddess, and really set your intention to open your spirit to receive fully this morning. My sister, Reverend Sensei Subira Folami, are you on the line?
I am on the line, and I am so excited and pleased to be here again. Wow.
It's been too long, sis. We cannot let it go this long again.
No, you know what? We need to just schedule a regular time to do this.
That's right. That's right.
Let's do that. Ladies, I am so excited to be here. And first and foremost, I want to give honor to my ancestors and to the guides that walked before me and stand behind me and have given me the words to speak today. And I want to pay homage also and give thanks to Rev Coach LaTanya and her ancestral line, those that guide her, protect her, and also to Dana, who has been such a conduit and midwife in this process. And with that being said, let me just jump right into what I was given this morning. A couple of things that you said, LaTanya, have definitely directly connected. And the key word that came to me this morning and yesterday when I was preparing this was the word archetype. So let's be clear what an archetype is. First of all, the original pattern from which all other things of the same kind are created. And most of us don't know this. Most of us are not taught this, especially if you come from a Western, traditional, religious or spiritual upbringing. And that is that there is a blueprint. There is a blueprint. There is a playbook. There is a master plan. And you mentioned the all-in, I guess, that you guys may have been talking about last week. And so what dropped into my spirit as you were talking about that, Reverend LaTanya, is that, ladies, our all-in is your birth. When you came in to the planet, guess what? You got all in. Now, you may have forgotten that there was a master plan. You may have forgotten that there is already a blueprint. You may have forgotten or maybe not ever heard that there are spiritual archetypes at play and that you were born into a spiritual archetype and you were born into your yes. You were born all in because you're here. Take a breath on that. Because, see, we're brought up to believe you get to say whether I'm all in or I'm not all in. No. You breathe, you're here, you're moving, you're taking up space, you're all in. Now, the activity of your all in, the activity of your yes, is where we get creative control, because the way your archetype will manifest is going to be different than another person who incarnated with the same or similar archetype. What do I mean by that? So Reverend LaTanya was talking about her readings that she does, and she spoke of Cancer today, the sign of Cancer. And, each culture has a different way of, different terminology, different names for archetypes. But when you distill them all down to their essence, pretty much you're going to find the same characteristics and the same principle. No matter where you look, no matter what culture you look in, no matter what language you look in, an archetype is an archetype is an archetype. And they are imprinted on the planet. They're imprinted on the universe. They're imprinted in you as you come to the planet. And you get to choose how you will manifest that, how you will translate that, how you will transform the situations and circumstances that you find yourself in front of. So you said yes to a certain mission that is attached to your archetype that you were born into. And what happens is, through the birthing process, we forget. And that's by design as well. Nothing is haphazard in this universe, as much as it may seem haphazard. It may seem unfortunate. Everything serves to further and to give a more granular expression of your archetype. So we forget, we're distracted, and especially because things are granular and we often don't have time to sit still and sit in meditation and really pay attention to the subtleties that are signaling us and giving us symbols in our life, right? But if we can take the time to do that, turn off distractions, you'll begin to see the patterns, the archetypes that you are actually reliving over and over through all of these circumstances that keep showing up in the same way. I don't know if anybody is feeling me on this, but I guarantee you, if you took time to look back over your life, especially in 9 to 10-year increments, you will find that you lived the same pattern over and over and over and over again with people that cleverly, with other patterns who showed up for you, cleverly disguised in different bodies and carrying different names. But it's all the same. And so I want to talk about, just real quickly, I want to end this with, if there's frustration, if you're feeling frustration in your experience right now, if it's frustration in being able to manifest your dreams, manifest a relationship, whatever it is, I want to just give you an idea to just play with. Just get on the mat and just toy with this for a while. Just grapple with it. What if you applied for a job at a hospital? You apply for a job at a hospital, and you are a physician. You go to the interview, you get the job, they say, yes, we want to hire you. You are the perfect physician for this particular hospital. Show up for work at 9 o'clock on Sunday morning. Awesome. You come to work, 9 o'clock, Sunday morning. You walk through the doors. I don't know if y'all see where I'm going with this. You're born, 9 o'clock, Sunday morning. You come through the doors. You show up for work. And as you get acclimated with the hospital, instead of going into the OR, you go down to the mail room. And you start delivering mail to different people in the hospital. You're pushing the mail cart. However, you incarnated, you came into the hospital as a physician. Now, if a physician showed up as a mail carrier and a mail carrier showed up as a physician, would they be properly remunerated for the work that they're doing? No. The person who came in as a mail carrier carries everything necessary to be a mail carrier. And the person who came in as a physician came in with everything to be a physician and to be remunerated by all things in life. I'm not just talking about physical money. I'm talking about all things will remunerate you according to who you came into planet to be if you are in alignment with your archetype. I don't know if I'm making sense right now. This is what came to me to take. So you want to manifest more. You want more creative expression. You want more. You want to have the experience of more love, more light, more finances, more. Be who you came to the planet to be, because you already said yes. You already said yes. Things will continue to show up in your life and remind you that you are not living in alignment with your archetype, because your archetype is like, that's not who I am. That's not who I want to be. And it's just like rubbing up against it, irritating it. It's the pattern of who you are. And once you get clear about that, everything will smooth out. I'm telling you guys, everything will smooth out. And that's what I have. Thank you so much for allowing me to share today.
Thank you for sharing that, because that's just so basic, so fundamental when you talk about archetypes, and it's so funny. We're always so connected, even when we haven't been talking. I actually have something coming up around architects really soon, but archetypes. We are architects. And what I love about what you're saying is, oh my God, when you say that we're trying to, some of us, I'm paraphrasing, we're feeling the frustration because we aren't walking in our blueprint. And it's so counterintuitive to say yes to your blueprint, because it feels like fear, and it feels like sometimes loneliness, but man, the payoff is amazingly great.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sis. Something so basic. I just love that, sisters, because so many as women, we are always taught how to be somebody else. And when women finally stand forward to be themselves unapologetically, sometimes it does require some bold decision-making and such. So are you ready to hear from the sisters and what they may have heard this morning? Okay, awesome. All right, I'm opening up the lines for everyone. If this is your first time listening in the Super Soul Sister space, we're breaking the tradition of just coming to be told to. Because sometimes you hear something the same way my sister said something, and it woke up something in me. There was something that you heard, or something that was confirmed, or something that nudged you, and I call that the belly jump. You heard it right here. A lot of people are taking it and doing it, but I call it the Mary and the Elizabeth relationship, because I'm your sister, she's your sister. The others who come in here, we are sisters. And so when women come together, we create the type of spiritual alchemy that the belly, the vision that we have on the inside jump. And so you become the co-host to share what Spirit is saying to you. The lines are now open for you to be able to share anything that happened for you as you were listening. All of the lines are open.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Dana.
Good morning, Dana.
So, for me, and I came in a little late, so but the tidbits that I did get, you were talking about when you are born, you've already said yes to the birthing. We've already said yes to being born, but then the process afterwards that follows, walking in that purpose is what gets uncomfortable. And the one thing that jumped at me was, when we're born, we go through the process of being born, of being birthed. And then we have to go through the process of sitting up, crawling, walking. And it may feel uncomfortable when we're doing it and we struggle. You know, if you ever watch a baby trying to learn how to crawl, they struggle because they roll around on their belly or they do the swimming type of situation. But it may feel uncomfortable. However, once it's done, once you've gone through the process, you know what you're doing. And so, like you were saying, Subira, with, you know, you go through the process and you've probably done it over and over and over again, but you just don't realize it because we become unconscious of what we're doing sometimes. We just, like you say, LaTanya, often we just do, and don't even realize what we're doing. And, you know, the uncomfortability comes in that. And so that really jumped in me today because, you know, even with myself and my own processes and realizing my own archetype, you know, it's a process for me, and it may be uncomfortable. It may be something I don't want to experience. I don't like to experience. But once I actually go through the process, it's easier, and I know how to navigate it. So I thank you, sis, for bringing that forth this morning because that really jumps in me.
Oh, all right. Thank you so much. Anyone else? Just jump right on in there.
Good morning. For me, the analogy about the hospital was so good. When she started to speak about, when Reverend Sensei started to speak about it, I was listening, and then she said, I don't know if you know where I'm going with it, and then the light popped on. And I'm like, I got it, because I got what she was starting to go, coming in and always trying to take someone else's place or don't understand where we fit in while we actually hear what our purpose is. And so that's what the struggle, that can be part of the struggle, not understanding what we're supposed to be doing, what our archetype is. So thank you.
That's good, Tressa. Oh, that's good. I was really moved by that part, too, because I was thinking that the janitor and the doctor both said yes. They said they both said yes. And I was thinking about Reverend Subira. I was thinking about my master teacher, peace and blessings upon him, Ron Davis. And Ron used to talk about how when he said something to me at this time, he was trying to get me to lead the workshop, to stand, to be the leader for, the process and all this vision he had for me. And he said, I want to tell you something. He said, I want you to look at those people who are standing up on the team. He said he was talking to me and another sister who had been around and been trained, not just at Intervisions, but through other modalities. He said, you all have the skill, you've done the training, but you all won't stand fully. You're reluctant leaders. Your yes isn't firm. He said, but they have a yes, but they don't have the skill. They think they do. And I said, whoa. He said, sometimes there are people who are standing up in front of you who think they just had a yes, but they don't have any of the training that you have. And in this information world, we'll think that we have it. This age of information, people who go on Google and just read something and haven't been through any rites, any initiation. And I don't mean with a group, ladies, when you hear this. I'm talking about your yes initiates something in you. Many of us are looking for somebody else to give us our credentials because we've been taught to go to school, get a certificate, get good grades, get another certificate, and another by other people. So we have other people giving us our degrees, but the truth of the matter is woman, child who awakens has to give him or herself their own degrees with your yes. Now, does that make sense to anybody listening? When I say you have to give yourself your own degrees, because that's why we recycle things over and over again, because we haven't stepped out of the cycle of the 360 degrees of cycles sometimes that's been repeated ancestrally. So your yes might not look like your mother's yes. Am I walking too heavy in your words? But Tressa really brought that back. Am I walking too heavy in your words?
Me or Reverend Sensei?
Wait a minute, Reverend Sensei, are you there? Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
No, I didn't hear you. I was asking you facetiously. I was saying, am I walking too heavy in your words?
Oh, it's perfect. No, you are perfect.
Okay. All righty. All right, well, we'll keep moving. Anyone else?
Yes, good morning, ladies. This time with you this morning has definitely blessed me. And Rev Latanya, what you just said, just kind of brought it all together. I would assume that we all have a different yes, but when you have a yes with a skill that has not manifested yet, because of your reluctance, oh my, this has really blessed me. Because, you look around at the other yeses that have stood up without the skill and tried to lead, and then you look behind them, and there's all these falling pieces, and I find that these falling pieces run to the skill, and it made me realize that it has manifested, but you haven't forwarded your yes. And I was like, okay, all right. So I got it this morning. So this has truly, truly blessed me. So I want to thank you all, ladies.
Oh, thank you. You just added another layer. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
I want to say this morning, this is Nina, thank you. Thank you, Reverend Sensei. Thank you, Rev Coach Latanya. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, everybody who deposited into the space. And I want to say what jumps for me, with, especially just having had a reading, was you talking about the 365 degrees. I'm sorry, 360 degrees. And saying yes to the fullness of who you are. And understanding the blueprint, Reverend Sensei, that you talked about. And if you get a chance to look at the whole thing mapped out and sit in the center of it and really take a look, it makes things that you said yes to make a lot more sense. And also the things that you have walked in challenge with make a lot more sense. So thank you for restating, reemphasizing, and reintroducing the blueprint.
Well,
yes. Did your skill level match your yes initially, Reverend Subira? I had that spirit just said, I just felt that somebody needed to hear that, because I know we are two women that have been on a journey of this transformation, learning, being coachable, being teachable, being trainable. Every year, I know we practice what we preach in that. Did your skill level match your yes when you first said it?
That is funny. No. No, absolutely not. And I'll be real honest, there were a lot of times, and you know those times I'm talking about, Latanya, that I said yes with a whisper. I said yes, it was a little tiny, and I thought nobody heard it. Okay, yes, I'll do it. And then I took a step and it was like my whole world expanded. I don't know if anybody's ever seen this. This is one of my favorite movies. It's escaping me right now. I can just see what happens, but everything just expands and changes. It's about going into different dream states.
I know what you're talking about.
It'll come to me. But that's what happened. I gave my yes may have grown really little, and then my skill level was even smaller than that. But what happened was the world that opened up for me was 10, 20, 30 times, 100 times as big as both the yes and the skill level. And then I had to I'm growing into these new territories that I've all of a sudden found myself like, whoa, really? Okay. But it's all a part of, my blueprint.
Ashe. Thank you so much for adding that, because sometimes we come in, women oftentimes compare themselves on the journey, or look at those of us who really display that liberated spirit and wonder, when are you going to get to how did she do it? And I'm talking about everything matters of the heart, ladies. I'm talking about everything money, everything around your sensuality, your womanly capacity, the desires of your heart. There are things that you are saying yes to now that you might have said no to 20 years ago. And you wish you had said yes, but you didn't have the courage. But you're getting the skill. You're getting the spiritual, the emotional, the mental skill level to match who you were already called to be, which most of you who are in this space are called to be free.
I see.
And you've been knowing it for a long time, and everything that has binded you, you've looked at a little funny, and you've whispered, "Nah, this don't make no sense. Why am I doing this? Why am I staying another year?" Whether it's the job, the man, or whatever you tolerate from your children, your partner, whatever. There's something that applies to that. And I'm telling you, this full moon is an opportunity for you to really get out there and get in this energy, because Capricorn energy uproots things. It's an earth sign. When earth and water mix together, then you get growth eventually, but it may look like a flood at first. So this is a good time for us to go for our prayer. Are there any prayer requests before we go into the prayer? Any special prayer requests?
Yes,
this is Dana. I'm sorry. This is Dana. Just safe travels as we fly back today. We're getting ready to go through customs now, so I'm going to drop the line. So just pray over us that we have safe travels.
Absolutely, and give our sister Tommy our love.
Will do. Love you all. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, that's special when you calling in from the islands to be on Super Soul Star Sunday. I'm super honored. Anyone else?
Yes, I lost a dear coach and mentor this week, and I'm just asking for your light and love to shine this week.
Absolutely. We definitely.
Good morning.
Morning.
I have a praise report and a prayer request.
All right now.
On Friday, my 21-year-old man-child proposed to his girlfriend. And this child is teaching me some things that I'm like, wow. I'm like, I was thinking that, he was too young to really know what love is. And he's like, Mom, I know I love her and I want to be with her. And I'm like, okay, my child, okay. So he's teaching me some things, okay? So I would just ask for prayer for them.
Okay. Ashe. Yes. And we will. Thank you so much for sharing. That's a biggie.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right. Breathe, sister. Breathe over there.
Yeah. Yeah. He ain't my baby. He let me know I'm not your baby no more. I'm like, okay.
Yes.
Whew.
Yeah. Ashe. All right. We're going to move into our prayer time, and I do want you all to, I'm going to change the link. I want you all to be able to get to, first of all, our sister's book, and I'm going to share the link as soon as we finish the prayer in just a moment as well. All right. So, Reverend Subira, we're going to call forth our ancestors into this space now. From there, when you feel Spirit, just jump in and pray. So, sisters, if you have your legs crossed, uncross your legs, open your body, take a few breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. This is a clearing breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And since this is the season, the time where our ancestors, ancestral issues, patterns, wishes are being revisited or coming to us, there may be somebody who prayed for you to come before you even were knitted in your mother's womb. There was somebody who prayed a prayer that called forth the synapses and sinews that flow through your body. You don't have to know who that ancestor is, but if you get in your spirit that you are honoring all of the ancestors who had something to do with your life being purposeful, just call their names. Just speak their names into this space. Josie B. Taylor, yes, at one time. Go ahead, at one time. Ashe, Ashe. Ashe, Ashe.
Maxine Robinson.
Ashe. Sarah Bolden.
Folami.
Ashe, Ashe.
Lucinda Jackson.
Viola Jones.
Ashe, oh. Ashe,
Georgia
Ashe.
Robinson.
Ashe.
Mary Peterson.
Ashe.
Harriet
Ashe.
Fishman.
Yes, yes.
Carolyn Kidd.
Ashe.
Father, Mother God, all that is, all that ever was, all that ever will be. Thank you for touching each and every woman on this call this morning, each and every woman that is connected to this community in any way. And right now I'm going to pray a special prayer, a morning prayer for the mothers. So if you all would, just take another deep breath. I revere you, Iyanla, who moves between physical and astral realms, the life force of existence, you, the mother of all, the mother of Olodu, the 16 roads of her, the mother of Oduduwa, the transcendent Ajay, the mother of Olodu Logbo, the owner of the delicate eyes, who hastens to pass judgment on people who do not use honesty to scatter their possessions. I greet you, Mother, Iyanla, who put an Odu pot in the world, the one who arranged the skull of dubious for conferences, you who rolls and rolls on the floor without breaking, Mother. You have advantage of having powers that the others did not have. I stop and greet Eshu, the neutral force, as you always teach me.
Ashe, Ashe.
Eshu, do not tempt me against people. Do not tempt me against people. Do not tempt me against people. And do not tempt people against me. Take away anything from me and my family and the activities of wrongdoers. Show me the path that will help me to reach the elevation to see our mothers. I revere you, Iyanla Odu, through the path of all Awani Yawa, who are your terrestrial spirits of evolution, the slippery one with the bird power, the one who is the source of medicine, the one who uses the hoe to style her hair, the one of wicked bags, the one who has a stomach to swallow people, the one whose curse has immediate effect, the one who eats a rangoon without vomiting, the one who opens her mouth to swallow dubious people. Do not let me step on you wrongly, Mother. Let me walk on you for long. Do not let me step on you where it will cause you injury. Asheo. And I pray this prayer for us all, for we all are mothers. We're birthing ideas. We're birthing ourselves. We're birthing the world. We have given birth to children who have now grown up to be men. And so I pray to that spirit that lives in me, breathes and moves through all of us, knowing that we are the creative force, we are the portal, we are the all and all. And I just speak that into your life right now, whether you have known it to that degree that I just spoke it or not, you are the all and all. And I give thanks for all of the ancestors who are assembled here, because we are here, whether in spirit, intention, or in the physical. And I just ask for protection for all who are traveling, for Dana and Aunt Tommy. I pray for love and light, cover everyone on this call, and for new loves and new levels of love, new expressions, new experiences of love. For all relationship matters, I pray a blessing over everyone.
Ashe. Ladies, please make it, if you have not gotten your book, can you say the name of your book properly? I don't want to mess it up, but my computer is moving slow, to be transparent. Can you just say the name of it again? From
sure.
How to transform from...
Yeah, how to transform wounds to wisdom and create a new life. How to transform wounds to wisdom and create a new life.
Which can be also found on Amazon. You will also see the link on my community page. My fan. Some people call it a fan page. I call it a community page, which is my business page. You'll be able to find it there, and I'll also share that into Good Girls Gone Goddess. And I love you all. There's nothing you can do about it. Get in touch with me if you heard Wednesday in Good Girls Gone Goddess how you can get involved in this money charm introduction for the next month that we're going to introduce. Subira and Dana are very much a part of that. And this is a way, if you ever wanted to coach with me and you didn't have the money, this is the first way to address that issue, so we can stop not responding to our yes because we don't have the money. Get in touch with your girl after this call. Inbox me if you're interested in shifting that and putting yourself first. I love you all again. There's nothing you can do about it. Thank you so much, Reverend Subira. We'll see you all next week at the same place and the same time. See you in the spirit. Ciao, everyone.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.